I cannot believe what we just witnessed tonight. The Dallas Mavericks, who were fresh off of a win from the Los Angeles Clippers, where Cooper Flag was going absolutely crazy, dropping 35 points, just having a historic night all around. A lot of people were quick to say it was just the Clippers. They're not a good team. It really doesn't matter. The real test is up against the Denver Nuggets, which was tonight. And similar to that Clippers game where we had no PJ, no AD, no Kyrie, no Gafford, no Lively, we were in a similar boat where we did have Anthony Davis back tonight, but we still don't have PJ, we still don't have Gafford, we still don't have Lively, and of course, we still don't have Kyrie Irving. But apparently, no problem, because what we do have is a team that fights. What we do have is a team that does not quit, does not give up, and will keep playing until the final second. And in that result, we got a big win over the Denver Nuggets tonight, 131-121, where Ryan Nembhard looked like the second coming of JJ Barea, Cooper Flag continuing this amazing run that he's been having, and then Anthony Davis with arguably the best game of the season. So in this video, we got to break all of this down, talk about everything that worked, whatever didn't work, as well as who stood on business. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 23,347 subscribers. We're getting close to that goal of 25K, folks. If you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, go ahead and hit that sub button. But the Dallas Mavericks, slowly but surely, over their last, I'd say about 5 games, have been trying to make things work. The offense has been looking better. We're still getting L's back to back, but for the most part, we could see a semblance of a team, a semblance of an identity. But if we don't get wins, then we obviously don't see it. And we've seen all the reports about the stats, how the Dallas Mavericks have a top 10 defense, a top 5 defense, but the absolute worst offense. And I was always on the side of, if you can fix the offense, just make it halfway decent, then the defense should be good enough to help us win more games than what we're honestly already winning. And like I said in the intro, we did beat the Clippers, where Cooper Flag had an amazing game, but with how bad the Clippers are playing, no one really seemed to care. And in tonight's game, we went in knowing we had no PJ Washington. We had no Daniel Gafford, no Derrick Lively, no Kyrie Irving, but we did have Anthony Davis back. And in this game, the first quarter, I was ready to turn it off. We were down by as much as like 15, 18 points at one moment. It was a horrible start to the game. We were very, very slow to do anything, where the Denver Nuggets were just out the gates, lighting it up, hitting their shots, attacking the basket, moving way faster than we were. But then we started to pick up exactly what we needed to do. The pace changed. We started to match their pace. We started to match their intensity. We were hitting our shots, going shot for shot. We were actually up at halftime. And although the Denver Nuggets did come back really hot out of the third quarter, where we were down, but we weren't out. Only down by 2 points, the Dallas Mavericks were able to rally together at the fourth quarter to come out with a big win on the backs of 3 key players. Not only did Cooper Flag have an amazing game, as he's having a really good rookie season so far, but Anthony Davis, in only his second game back from his injury, looks so much better than he did in that Lakers game. But also, the unsung hero of the night, who I can see going forward being a cornerstone piece of this team, is the undrafted rookie Ryan Nembhard, who made history tonight with his performance. Absolutely amazing, and all of that culminated into a big-time win for the Dallas Mavericks. And if we take a look at the box score from tonight's game, Anthony Davis in 32 minutes had 32 points, shot 13 of 23, 2 of 4 from 3, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line, had 13 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers with 1 steal and 2 blocks. A lot of people were quick to point out, and even before the game, they threw up a little graphic showing how the head-to-head between Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic does not go Anthony Davis's way, that Nikola Jokic pretty much owns Anthony Davis. But he's on a new team. He's got a whole new cast of players around him, and the results are going to be different going forward. Anthony Davis shows that even though he's back from injury, even though that Nikola Jokic has beaten him several times in the past, doesn't matter today. The only thing that matters is that we got the dub. So shout out to Anthony Davis for overcoming those demons and showing Jokic what a big man does. Najee Marshall in 33 minutes had 9 points, but he had 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Najee Marshall always there to do all the little things that you need him to do, like rebound and assist, and I love what he does for us. And Cooper Flag, not a 35-point game, but still a good game regardless. He had 24 points, shot 10 of 19 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He also had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Love the way the Cooper Flag just fills out the stat sheet. If it's not 1 block, it's 2 steals. If it's not 2 steals, 8 rebounds. I absolutely love what he's been doing. People were wanting him to be more aggressive in this game like he was in the Clippers game, but I don't think we needed him to be. I think one of the biggest issues that we have seen with Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis is how do they coexist? A lot of Mavericks fans were wondering over the summer, how does Cooper Flagg coexist with PJ? But I guess the real question is, how does Cooper Flagg coexist with Anthony Davis? When Anthony Davis is available, he is obviously our go-to scorer, but where does that leave Cooper Flagg? Well, it seems like he figured it out tonight. Get in where you fit in. And where he fits in, a nice little 24-point game. Glad that we got Cooper Flagg. And Max Christie, bouncing back from his performance against the Clippers, he had 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. All points coming from the three-point line as he was 3 of 4. He also had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, not too upset. But Ryan Nembhard, like I said, the unsung hero of the night, 28 points, 12 of 14 from the floor, 4 of 5 from 3, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, with 0 turnovers. Ryan Nembhard is on a 2-way contract. Ryan Nembhard is an undrafted rookie. Ryan Nembhard is doing things we expect Kyrie Irving to do when Kyrie comes back. The Dallas Mavericks have a very, very funny situation with their point guards. Earlier in the season, D'Angelo Russell looked great, but we weren't playing him enough. We give him more minutes, and didn't seem like the right idea. But there was Brandon Williams off the bench who was looking pretty good. So we gave Brandon Williams a starting role and more minutes. And he was good. Brandon Williams has been good for us. But then he started to be a little bit spotty. So then we had Ryan Nembhard, put him in as a starting point guard. And it's amazing. Our point guards on any given night, one of them will have a great game. Brandon Williams unfortunately didn't have that great of a game tonight. But we know what he's capable of. But regardless, tonight belongs to Ryan Nembhard. That performance is absolutely amazing. And off the bench, nothing too crazy, but a lot to talk about is Dwight Powell had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists, while also playing very solid defense on Jokic. Now, obviously, if we look at Jokic's stat line, he still had a crazy game. However, the defense that was played on Jokic by Dwight Powell was definitely needed, as we didn't have that many bigs at the time. We didn't even play Musa Cisse, which was interesting. I guess we didn't want to foul Jokic too much and get Musa Cisse in foul trouble. I understand the thought process behind it. We did see 7 minutes of Caleb Martin where he put up 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and a whole lot of defense. Klay Thompson still being the greatest spark plug off the bench for us, and it's got to be talked about more. I don't think we're putting enough focus on what Klay's doing, but he had 15 points, 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. I love what I'm seeing from Klay. Klay off the bench, I love it. 7 days out the week. And then you got D'Angelo Russell, who did finally come back after 2 coaches' DNPs. Had 8 points on 3 of 8 shooting from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3. He also had 2 assists and 1 turnover. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more from D'Lo. I think he's been dealing with an illness or minor injury. Not too sure what's going on. Hopefully he can help us out in more ways than just trying to shoot the lights out. Pass the ball, D'Lo, or at least go in for the mid-range. These weird deep threes are not needed. And to round out the box score, Brandon Williams, like I said, it was a down game for him, but I know he'll bounce back. Had 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 0 of 1 from 3, with 1 rebound and 4 assists. But overall, the Dallas Mavericks had a really good game. I'm going to leave this graphic up really quick because we shot 56% from the floor, 52% from 3, and 64% from the free throw line, but 9 of 14, that's fine. The Dallas Mavericks also had 43 rebounds as a team, 35 assists as a team, which is amazing, and only 8 turnovers. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to this game where we played the right way. We played together. A lot of people would say, oh, the Dallas Mavericks are tanking. They're tanking. They don't really care about the wins this season. They want to go and get a high draft pick. But from tonight's game, I don't see a team that's trying to tank. I'm seeing a team that's just trying. And maybe the Dallas Mavericks are going to pivot after tonight. I don't know. Maybe we need more wins. But the Dallas Mavericks have something there. We saw it tonight on full display against a top team. But if you want to talk about who stood on business, I mean, take your pick. Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg, Ryan Nembhard. I mean, they're all very deserving of the Stand on Business award. But I'm going to let you guys decide who you think stood on business. But we got to talk about those guys because they obviously had a historic night. First off, Ryan Nembhard. Not as a two-way player, not as an undrafted rookie, but Ryan Nembhard is the first point guard, period, in NBA history to record 25 or more points, 10 or more assists on 0 turnovers, and 100% true shooting. I said it the day of draft night when we got Ryan Nembhard on a two-way contract that we robbed the NBA of a point guard. Ryan Nembhard, who led all of college with assists. Ryan Nembhard, who had 10 assists and no turnovers. Tonight, Ryan Nembhard, who made history, is playing for the Dallas Mavericks on a two-way contract. That is criminal. Somebody needs to go to jail. Somebody broke the law. Ryan Nembhard, if he is not on a standard NBA contract by the summer, or at least by the start of next season, we got a riot. We got to riot for Ryan because it makes no sense that this man is not getting paid to do what he's doing tonight, and I know he can do it again. I know he can have multiple games just like tonight. But not only was Ryan Nembhard balling out tonight, there's a few other players we got to talk about because Cooper Flag also balled out, had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and was a plus 13 team high. 2 straight wins. Like I said, it's our first winning streak of the season. First win was against the Clippers. Next one was against the Denver Nuggets. So who knows? Maybe this upcoming stretch of games isn't that bad. But the final thing we got to take a look at, people got to put respect on AD because he put up 32 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and shot 52.5% from the floor. I don't know where this group of people are coming from yelling about trade AD. We don't need AD. We're better without him. We have a top 2 defense without AD. Why do we need AD? Yeah, if you think that we should trade AD, you may not know ball. So just that is all I'm saying. After tonight, the AD haters may need to be quiet. And if anybody's talking about trading him, then hey, you're wrong, I guess. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think stood on business? Do you think this is something good for the Dallas Mavericks moving forward, or do you think we should keep tanking? I would love to hear your thoughts. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all, take care, drink water. Peace.